Today I want to explain about Anapana meditation, but not easy today, maybe next week, because concentration still progressing. So next week I will try Anapana meditation. Today, as a general, we should try question answer. Before we are trying question answer, I want to explain about Four Noble Truths. Do you want to attain Nibbana? Do you want? If you want to attain Nibbana, how you should try? First, you should try to become Arhat. If you attain Arhatship, your Arhat path will destroy the remaining defilements completely without remainder. There are 4 stages. You already understood, I think so. Number 1 is Supreme Winner, Noble Person. There are 2 types of Supreme Winner, Noble Person, path and fruition knowledge. A person who possesses Supreme Winner path knowledge is called. This is one type. Another type is a person who possesses the Supreme Winner fruition knowledge. Usually, Sotapanna means the one person who possesses Supreme Winner fruition knowledge only. Second stage is Skandagami stage. Once Radhana stage. There are also 2 types of person. The person who possesses one's Radhana path knowledge and the person who possesses the one's Radhana fruition knowledge. There are also 2 persons. That stage is Anagami stage. In Anagami stage there are also 2 types of person. The person who possesses the non-Radhana path knowledge and the person who possesses the non-Radhana fruition knowledge. 4th stage is Arhat stage. In Arhat stage there are also 2 types of person. The person who possesses Arhat path knowledge and the person who possesses Arhat fruition knowledge. Altogether there are 8 types of noble persons. Supreme Winner path knowledge can destroy 3 types of defilements. They are number 1, Sakaya Deity, wrong view of personality. Vichikicha, doubt about Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and dependent origination, etc. Number 3 is Silapada Brahmasa, wrong belief in rites and rituals. So the Supreme Winner path knowledge destroys these 3 types of defilements completely without remainder. Once Radhana path knowledge can make weaker and weaker and thinner 2 types of defilements. Kama Raga and Vyabhada. Kama Raga means enjoyment in sensual pleasures or attachment in sensual pleasures or sensual world. Vyabhada is anger. Then number 3 stage Anagami. No Radhana path can destroy Kama Raga and Vyabhada completely without remainder. Attachment to sensual world and anger. Rahat stage. The remaining defilements destroy Rahat path knowledge completely without remainder. So if you become Rahat, there will be no more defilements. There will be no attachment for new existence. no craving for new existence. If there is no craving for new existence, after final cessation, Parinibbana, there will be no more renewed existence. This is the end of suffering, round of rebirth. And then you can attain Nibbana. So to become Arhat or to attain Arhat, what you should try? You must try to destroy all defilements. To destroy all defilements, how you should practice? There is one sutta called Asawakaya Sutta. I will recite this sutta in Pali first. Jana doha bhikkhave pasado aswana kayang vadami. No ajana do, no abasa do. Kincha bhikkhave jana do pasado aswana kayo hodi. Idan dukkani bhikkhave jana do pasado aswana kayo hodi. Ayan dukkha samudayodi jana do pasado aswana kayo hodi. Ayan dukkha nirododi janado pasado aswanang kayo hodi. Ayan dukkha niroda gamini padipadadi janado pasado aswanang kayo hodi. Eon ko bhikkhave janado eon pasado aswanang kayo hodi. Tasamadiha bhikkhave idan dukkhanti yogo karaniyo. Ayan dukkha samudayodi yogo karaniyo. Ayan dukkha nirododi yogo karaniyo. Ayan dukkha niroda gamini padipadadi yogo karaniyo. This is Aswakaya Sutta of Sijja Sanyutta. What is the meaning? Bhikkhus, I say the destruction of the days is for one who knows and sees, not for one who does not know and does not see. For one who knows what, for one who sees what, does the destruction of the days comes about. The destruction of the days comes about for one who knows and sees. This is the noble truth of suffering. For one who knows and sees, this is the noble truth of the origin of suffering. For one who knows and sees, this is the noble truth of the cessation of suffering. For one who knows and sees, this is the noble truth of the birth, leading to the cessation of suffering. It is for one who knows thus, for one who sees thus, that the destruction of the days comes about. Therefore, bhikkhus, exertion should be made to understand this is the noble truth of suffering, dukkha sijja. This is the exertion should be made to understand this is the noble truth of the origin of suffering, samudaya sijja. Exertion should be made to understand this is the noble truth of the cessation of suffering, nirodha sijja. Exertion should be made to understand this is the noble truth of the birth, leading to the cessation of suffering. So if you want to become Arhat or to attain Arhatship, what you should try? You must try to understand Four Noble Truths. What are Four Noble Truths? Number one is dukkha sijja, the noble truth of suffering. Number two is samudaya sijja, the noble truth of the origin of suffering. Number three is nirodha sijja, the noble truth of the cessation of suffering. Number four is magga sijja, the noble truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. You must try to understand these Four Noble Truths by your direct knowledge, not by hearsay. What is noble truth of suffering? The noble truth of suffering is mentioned in Dhammacakka Bodhana Sutta, etc. Sankhitena Pinchu Badane Kanda Dukkha. In brief, 5 aggregates of Kalingai are Dukkha Sitya, the noble truth of suffering. Second one is Samudaya Sitya, the noble truth of the origin of suffering. These 2 noble truths are called Vudda Sitya, the noble truths which produce round-up rebirth. These 2 noble truths are called Sankhara formations. These Sankhara formations are the object of Vipassana. What is Vipassana? Anicca vasena vividehi agarehi dhamme passaditi Vipassana. This definition is mentioned in Atha Salini commentary. What is the meaning? Contemplation of the formations Dukkha Sitya Dhamma and Samudaya Sitya Dhammas as anicca, dukkha and anatta are called Vipassana. If you want to practice Vipassana, then first you should try to understand noble truth of suffering, that is 5 aggregates of Kalingai. Secondly, you should try to understand by your direct knowledge the noble truth of the origin of suffering, Samudaya Sitya, that is the dependent origination. What are the 5 aggregates of Kalingai? You may already understood, I think so. Rupa Badane Khanda, the Kalingai aggregate of materiality. Vedanu Badane Khanda, the Kalingai aggregate of feeling. Senyu Badane Khanda, the Kalingai aggregate of perception. Sankharu Badane Khanda, the Kalingai aggregate of formations. And Vijnanu Badane Khanda, the Kalingai aggregate of consciousness. What is the Kalingai aggregate of materiality? Rupa Badane Khanda. There is one sutta called Khanda Sutta and Khanda Sutta of Khanda Vagga Sanyutta Nikaya. In that sutta, Buddha gave exact definition about the 5 aggregates of Kalingai. Number 1 is Rupa Badane Khanda, the Kalingai aggregate of materiality. What is the Kalingai aggregate of materiality? Yankinchi Rupa Adita Nagata Pichopana Ijadawa Baidawa Olarikawa Sukumawa Hinawa Banidawa Yandure Sandikewa Sason Upadhaniya Ayahochati Rupa Badane Khanda. This is the definition given by the Buddha. What is the meaning? Whatever kind of materiality there is, whether past, future or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, that is stated, that claim to be, it is called the Kalingai aggregate of materiality. So, in the Kalingai aggregate of materiality, past materiality also include, future materiality also include, present materiality also include, internal materiality also include, external materiality also include, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, far or near, all materiality is included in the Kalingai aggregate of materiality. In the same way, altogether there are 11 texts. In the same way, 11 types of feeling are called the clinging aggregate of feeling. 11 types of perception are called the clinging aggregate of perception. 11 types of formations are called the clinging aggregate of formations. 11 types of clinging are called the clinging aggregate of 11 types of consciousness are called the clinging aggregate of consciousness. Altogether there are 5 clinging aggregates. So past 5 aggregates, future 5 aggregates, present 5 aggregates, they are called noble truth of suffering. Internal 5 aggregates, external 5 aggregates are also called the noble truth of suffering, dukkha sitya. That dukkha sitya is the object of vipassana. First, you must try to understand this dukkha sitya, the noble truth of suffering, 5 aggregates. Whether they are past, future or present, internal or external, gross or subtle, inferior or superior, power or near, no problem. You must try to understand these 11 types of 5 aggregates. They are the object of vipassana. According to Buddha's teaching, ultimate materiality arises as a small particle called kalabas. These particles, our body is composed with these small particles. If you want to see these small particles called kalabas, you should practice 4 elements meditation systematically. Why? In many suttas, Buddha explained how to discern ultimate materiality in 2 ways only. 4 elements meditation in brief way and 4 elements meditation in a wider way. If you want to understand ultimate materiality, you should practice these 4 elements meditation in brief way or in wider way. There is no way except these 2 ways. So if you want to understand ultimate materiality, you should practice these 4 elements meditation systematically. One day, when your concentration deep enough, you may see kalabas, small particles. These small particles are not ultimate materiality. Again, you must analyze these small particles. In each small particle, at least there are 8 types of materiality, such as earth element, water element, fire element, wind element, color, odor, flavor, nutritive acid, etc. They are ultimate materiality. These ultimate materialities are the object of vipassana. You must contemplate them as nature, dukkha, and anatta. Such type of contemplation is called vipassana only. In the same way, ultimate mentality also arises as a group. They cannot rise as a single. There are 2 types of mentality: cognitive process mentality and process-free mentality. Whether they are process-free or cognitive process mentality, no problem. They always arise as a group. At least there must be 8 types of mental formations in each mind moment. In some mind moments, there may be 34 mental formations. You must try to understand these mental formations according to cognitive process as well as process-free. They are the object of vipassana. In each mind moment, there are 4 mental aggregates: feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness. In every mind moment. In the same way, in 5 world system, in each mind moment, 5 aggregates always arise together. Every consciousness or every mind movement arises depending on each base. Without base, they cannot arise. Sometimes without object, they cannot arise. That object may be sometimes materiality, sometimes may be concept, such as kasinas, anapana, paribhaga, nimitta, etc. So there must be object as well as there must be base or sensitivity. Without base, every mind movement cannot arise and by aggregate wall. Mencha or gara plane. By aggregate wall plane. So you should try to understand this mentality also, materiality also. So in each mind movement, there are 5 aggregates. You should try to understand these 5 aggregates in each mind movement. This is the noble truth of suffering. Another noble truth is the noble truth of the origin of suffering, samudaya sajja. What is samudaya sajja? In different way, Buddha explained in Vibhanga Pali text. Craving is also called samudaya sajja. With craving together, all defilements are called samudaya sajja. All unwholesome dhammas are also called samudaya sajja. All unwholesome dhammas in 3 types of non-greed, non-hatred, and non-delusion are also called samudaya sajja. All wholesome dhammas and unwholesome dhammas which will produce new existence are also called samudaya sajja. This is karma, wholesome karma and unwholesome karmas. There is one sutta called Daittayarana Sutta. In that Daittayarana Sutta, Buddha explained samudaya sajja. Vijja, Vicca, Sankhara, Sankhara, Vicca, Vijnana, etc. What is the meaning? With the ignorance as condition, formations arise. With ignorance as condition, formations come to be. With formation as condition, consciousness. With consciousness as condition, mentality, materiality. With mentality, materiality as consciousness, 6 bases. With 6 bases as condition, 6 types of contact phassa. With contact as condition, feeling. With feeling as condition, craving. With craving as condition, clinging. With clinging as condition, becoming or karma. With karma as condition, there is jadi, rebirth. With jadi as condition, there is jara, marana, aging and death, etc. So such type of dependent origination is called samudaya sajja. So if you want to understand samudaya sajja, the noble truth of the origin of suffering, you must also try to understand by your direct knowledge the dependent origination. This is the noble truth of suffering. This is the object of your vipassana insight. You must contemplate them as anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Noble truth of suffering, 5 aggregates of clinging, and the noble truth of the origin of suffering, the factors of dependent origination. They are called sankhara formations. These sankhara formations are the object of vipassana. You must contemplate them as anicca, dukkha, and anatta. As soon as they arise, they pass away very, very quickly. So they are anicca, impermanent. They are always oppressed by rising and passing away. So they are dukkha, suffering. There is no permanent entity, permanent substance in them. So they are anatta, non-self. Such type of contemplation is called vipassana only. If you want to practice vipassana, how you should try first? Please try to purify your body. At least you must observe 5 precepts. If you can try, then 8 precepts, 9 precepts, or 10 precepts are better. Then you should try what? You must try concentration, samatha. Samadhi bhikkhu bhaveta samahito bhikkhu bhikkhu yatha buddham bhajanati. Bhikkhu develops concentration. A bhikkhu who is concentrated understands the dhammas as they really are. So, if you want to understand the Four Noble Truths, secondly, you should try to practice concentration or to develop concentration. There are 40 samatha meditation subjects you can do anyway. Why? Concentrated mind can produce a strong, powerful light. That light is called the light of wisdom. With the assistance of the light of wisdom, if you practice 4 elements meditation systematically, you can clearly see small particles called kalabas, as well as you can analyze each particle, ultimate materiality, etc. So to understand this ultimate materiality as well as to understand ultimate mentality, the light of wisdom is very important. Now in this room, if there is no light, we cannot see to each other. But if there is light, we can see to each other. In the same way, if there is no light of wisdom, you cannot see kalabas. You cannot analyze kalabas. But if there is the light of wisdom, you can see kalabas if you practice 4 elements meditation systematically. And then you can analyze kalabas and you can see ultimate materiality. Today, I will stop my Dhamma talk here. You can ask questions. No question?
These small particles that you speak of, are those similar to what we call atoms? Or neutrons, protons, electrons?
Maybe I do not understand about neutron proton, but maybe only. Maybe smaller than atom, maybe.
They're smaller than atoms?
Because there is no time to measure. As soon as they rise, they pass away very, very quickly. So because of this reason, there is no time in ultimate world to measure how big, how small.
How is it that ultimate materiality arises from ignorance? Because if ultimate materiality and mortality arise originally from ignorance, the first step of the dependent origination, how is it?
Maybe if you want to understand their origin, you should practice to understand dependent origination. And then you will understand clearly.
But it's ignorance coming from ourselves, right?
According to Buddha's teaching, that ignorance is past ignorance, no present ignorance. In previous life, you may accumulate this ignorance, craving, clinging, sankhara formations, volitional formations, and karma in previous life. So you should try to discern these past causes. But if you have enough concentration, you can understand. But if you have no enough concentration, you cannot penetrate these past causes. For easy understanding, I want to explain you. Now, who is this? Which Sayadaw? Pa-Auk Sayadaw. Okay. If you understand Pa-Auk Sayadaw, this is ignorance. Why? If you gain this four elements systematically in external world, you cannot see Pa-Auk Sayadaw. You can see a group of small particles called kalabas. These kalabas, if you analyze, then you can see ultimate materiality. This ultimate materiality, as long as they rise, they pass away very, very quickly. There is no time to call, this is Pa-Auk Sayadaw. And the same way, ultimate mentality also, as long as they rise, they pass away very, very quickly. But if you understand they are nature, impermanent, dukkha, suffering, and non-self, anatta, then it is right view, samadhi. But if you understand this is Pa-Auk Sayadaw, this is wrong understanding. Such type of wrong understanding is called ignorance. In the same way, in previous life, when you are accumulating wholesome dhammas, you may wish to become gentleman because you are now become man. If you understand as gentleman, such type of understanding is called ignorance. You should try to trace, to see this ignorance again. When you are accumulating wholesome dhammas, wholesome karmas, which will produce this present by aggregates, then you may have attachment to that gentleman's life. This is called craving. Repeated craving is called clinging. Depending on these three types of defilements, you may accumulate wholesome dhammas, such as offering food to others, etc. While offering food to others with happy mind, and then there may be 34 mental formations. They are called sankhara, volitional formations. They can create, they can produce new by aggregates, new existence, called as gentlemen. But these formations are nature impermanent. As long as they arise, they pass away very, very quickly. But they left behind karma force, karma energy. That karma energy is called karma. Altogether there are 5 causes: ignorance, craving, clinging, volitional formations, and ignorance. Karma. Altogether there are 5 causes. Because of these 5 causes, in the present life, 5 aggregates appear beginning from the conception stage, but linking my moment in our mother's womb. You must try to understand this dependent origination again. At that time you will understand well.
At the beginning you mentioned that there were 8 types of noble persons. But is it not true that the difference between the first kind and the second kind is less than 1 second?
Yes, 1 mind moment only. But
why do we make the distinction?
Because we do not make, but this is their nature. But knowledge is wholesome karma kusala. Fruition knowledge is rasa only. After kusala, then vibhaga. After wholesome karma, then vibhaga directly appear. It does not wait for a long time. So, karma stage is called but knowledge stage. Resultant stage is called fruition knowledge stage.
And always the person who attains path knowledge immediately?
Immediately they become fruition. They attain fruition knowledge.
So there's no one who just has path knowledge and not the fruition?
If they reflect again, they get understand.
These kalapas, they pass very quickly. There is time to see inside of them 8 characteristics or even more characteristics.
Because of this reason, you should have enough concentration. Concentrated mind can understand these dhammas as they really are. This is mentioned in Sija Sanyutta, Samadhi Sutta of Sija Sanyutta. Concentrated mind has very powerful energy. That power can penetrate. Okay. If there is no question, let us stop. Sharing merit. Okay. Idame Bonya Aswakya Waha Hodu Idame Bonya Nibbanasa Pichyo Hodu Idame Bonya Sabha Sadhana Bhajema Tisabe Mesama Punya Bhaga Labandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. And that's it.